Hello! Today I want to draw with you on the topic of acceptance. To accept whatever is in this moment. Whatever is in the outside world and whatever is in me. Whatever I feel, whatever my body expresses, whatever I'm thinking. Acceptance as the foundation for a gate of trust through which we can walk by accepting exactly what is at this moment and walking towards the unknown, making experiences possible which we cannot think of while we are resisting what is at the moment. Through accepting what is at the moment, we walk through that gate and make new experiences possible. This is what I want to draw about with you today. I'm using neurosynthesis algorithm of Neurographica. With that algorithm, we can connect through the energy of a word. What I want to do today, accept. You can also connect to people's energies by using a portrait, your own or somebody else's, or you can even connect to the energy of a country by using a map. Maybe we can also do that some other day. It's also quite fascinating. So today I want to draw acceptance and a gate of trust. Let's see how that works. First, I write down words in 2 minutes on my topic. My topic is accept. This is my short version for accepting whatever is in my life at this moment. Maybe I write it like that. Accepting whatever is in my life at this moment. I invite you to write the same topic and start writing down your associations to that topic now. Whatever comes to your mind, no judgment, just write it down. Yes, I also have some physical reactions, like I perceive some pressure behind my forehead. I perceive my heartbeat kind of fast. I perceive my feet tingle, and I have the word of excitement like multiple times, joy now, healing, unknown, guidance. Everything is the way it needs to be, peace, new, security, open heart, gate, trust. And I realize that I'm excited to do this drawing. I invite you to write down what you feel, what your thoughts are at this moment. You can stop the video for that purpose and check in yourself. It's very important to do this self-reflection regularly at all the steps we are drawing. So now I want to start with the word I want to connect with, and I am drawing the word accept. Yes, accept. This is my word. It's visible. So, hope you wrote down your word as well. And now I am drawing a gate. This is my gate. And this is the path of acceptance through the gate. My gate stands for trust. And here I want to create the yet unknown. So this is my composition. You can have a look. The gate of trust, the word of accept, and the circle symbolizing the yet unknown, which will unfold by accepting whatever is at this moment. I also made a full stop here. It's just to make it clear, accept is the path I want to walk on in this drawing. Today I decided to draw with my ball pens, which I really like. You can refill them, and this one in particular, looks very old because it is. I used it being in school myself already, and therefore it's very, very smooth, and I can really use it beautifully for drawing. I can recommend the felt pens, although you need to be aware when you use the ball pens that they will dissolve if you use if you use other pens like pencils. Like I use the color pencils with the ball pens and not the highlighters. So now I'm neurographing my word, to connect with the energy of it. We are drawing neurographic lines that don't repeat itself at any point, which are organic and always a little bit uncomfortable to draw because they itself create new impressions. And our brain always feels discomfort trying something new. Our brain wants to protect us from new experiences because potentially they could be dangerous. Our brain does not take into consideration that sticking to the known and familiar might be much more dangerous for us. So it's sometimes a nice thing not to listen to what our brain wants. So I can feel my heart quite excitedly beating. And I can also now see that there are some parts where my letters can be organically connected. So that's what I want. I want to create one single impression of this word, accept. I accept whatever is there at this moment. At this moment, for example, I hear the grandchildren of my neighbor play the piano. So maybe you also hear that. And I accept that this is okay. Why not listening to some piano music while drawing? So now I feel the need to go over my word again. I neurograph the word accept. I accept whatever comes into my life, whatever is here at this moment. At this moment, I accept my excitement. I accept my pace of drawing. I accept my brain's idea that I might be too boring and too slow today. I accept my emotional exhaustion, which stems from a very deep drawing I finished yesterday. And I'm still processing what is going on in there. So I be kind to myself, because this drawing today is also connected to that discoveries, connected to the drawing, which I did yesterday. To the painting, indeed. I like it. I like it, and I feel that there might be more lines necessary inside the word, but not now, because now I want to make this path visible as well. So I neurograph the path through my gate into the unknown. That means that I'm drawing neural lines on and next to my straight line, because I don't want the straight lines anymore. And I connect them with this shape of the unknown. And while I'm doing that, I feel some movement right in my heart. So I guess the transformation is happening in my heart. Connect those as well. We in Neurographica, we always take care of connecting the intersections very, very carefully. Because like that, we create new impressions to our brain. And obviously, I always also connect my gate. I trust at this moment that everything what is here at this moment is just what needs to be here. And I trust that I get everything at every moment what I need. And I have whatever I need. I have all the competences. I have all the resources. I have my intuition. I have people I can connect to. I have competencies. I have everything I need at any moment. This is what I trust in. This gate can be quite strong because this inside is very nice. I have whatever I need at any moment. How wonderful is that? How's it for you? Do you feel the same? What happens when you draw that trust? You feel resistance or relief or excitement, joy, disbelief, the need to argue. Lots of things can come up. You can write them down for yourself and investigate. What is this? What does that evoke in you? I have at every moment what I need. For me, that feels really, 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 really comfortable and peaceful. I feel confident and I can step back from control. I'm connecting my word a little bit here to this trust. Accept whatever is in the moment and trust that it's exactly what is supposed to be here now. All my feelings, all my worries, all the love I feel, all the discomfort, everything is right at this moment, even anger, weird thoughts. If I accept them, I act loving. If I accept them, that doesn't mean that I believe them. I can accept having weird thoughts or painful emotions, but I don't have to identify with them. I can notice them and embrace them. If I feel overwhelmed or sad, I can notice that, breathe into these feelings and let them be there. Because if they come up now at this moment, they have some message for me at this moment. So at this moment, I have some self-doubts. Will anybody be interested in that video? Is that only my topic which is interesting to me? What do people think who listen to my video? Do people listen to my video? Is that even important for me? Of course, it is important for me. To know that what I'm doing makes some sense. So please, dear people who are watching, leave a comment about what moves you with that drawing. Are you drawing? Why are you drawing? Why are you watching this video? Or why are you not continuing watching the video maybe? Can also be resistance against change, which causes us to stop doing things which are dangerous in the mind's perception. So I also perceive at this moment some judgmental thoughts about myself, about my neurolines. I feel my neurolines are not as they are supposed to be, but obviously they are exactly right at this moment. Still, my mind has some objections. I'm working on the connections here. Collecting energy of the words, or of this word and its environment. This feels very much hopeful here. And now I feel I want to connect like my word with the background here. And I'm connecting my letters carefully. To each other and also to my unknown. Oh, the unknown. I want to give it a color in a minute. I'll work on connecting intersections soon, but now I see that this is getting a light pink color. Please choose for your circle the color which is suitable for you, which feels right at this moment. It can be any color. For me, this color always and now as well stands for tenderness, gentleness, kindness. This is something I want to have more in my life, and I want to improve my qualities. So that's quite suitable that appears. Tenderness, kindness, friendliness. Except, I wonder what color my word except will become. It's not yet clear to me, so I'm working on the intersections, combining my lines. And I am using a different thinner pen at the moment. So I feel I want these lines to be more tender as well. You can use markers or ball pens with different line thickness wherever you need them. In general, it's very good to know that the more lines you are using, the more imprints you create in your mind, and the safer you create some new impressions. Accept. Yes. Feel there will be more lines. For example, here in my nice future being, which is already visible here, I want to have activating lines right now. That feels the right thing to do. Creating connections by drawing. Every connection, every line carries a meaning and combines this new unknown outcome with accepting and trust in the moment. So what are you feeling at the moment? Do you have any body reactions? Thoughts? Write them down. So I want to color my word accept now, make it visible. And I decided to color it in light blue. quality of wind, freedom, lightness, ease. What comes to my mind is playing the game of being alive. Accepting whatever is here at this moment. No necessity to hold on to my ideas of how things should be or should have been or should not be in this moment. To trust whatever is here now is just the right thing, because I always move from now and I have everything I need to move from now to now. I'm moving anyway. Even if I don't worry about it. Worrying about tomorrow doesn't make tomorrow better, but it takes away today's peace. This is what comes into my mind. If I accept what is here in the moment, I am able to do the right thing at this moment, which leads me to the right thing in the next moment. Yes, I hope you chose a color which adds energy to your word accept at this moment. So now I want to do something about my gate. And I want my gate to get some brown color for stability and strength. So what I do is I will make my gate (3D) in order to be able to apply my colors. So I'm creating the outer wall of my gate. And I'm connecting it nicely to whatever is there already. Using neurolines. And also connecting all the neurolines to each other. So we are always in a flexible process. We can add whatever is needed in our drawing. The shapes which are needed, the colors which are needed. To create the desired impression. Now I want to create stability and strength through trust. I need to have my gate more visible for that. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. Actually, I guess you can see that very well. It's very common to face resistance as well while drawing. And this, you will notice that as well in physical reactions. Heartbeat, some ache somewhere, pokey pain, the desire to run away, these kind of things. So I have the desire to use my brown color now. Maybe this one. And I will add some stability to my gate. We use color always that way, that we connect minimum 2 areas, 2 segments to each other. We don't leave single cells because we want to create an integrated impression. So, and the other side will be a little bit darker. We're using the color which serves our purpose at this moment. It can be any color which feels is providing the exact right energy for your gate at this moment. Maybe your gate is bright yellow, light blue, whatever. For me, brown symbolizes at this moment stability, and I want to really make that visible to my brain. Trust is my stable condition here for my wall, for my gates wall. Using some different shades of brown. It's maybe a natural wall, a natural gate built of natural materials. They are not the same color everywhere. Yes, I like my gate. And obviously, I want to connect my gate as well to the environment with neurolines. I'll do that now. Are you drawing, my friends? Please let me know. Give me some feedback in the comments. Are you drawing? What is the drawing doing? with you. And you connect to the change. Or are you facing resistance? How, if you face resistance, how does that express in your body, in your thoughts? I might feel resistance because I keep on having kind of unfriendly thoughts about my own process. And I also have I perceive some pressure, little pressure behind my forehead, which is also a sign of some kind of stored old emotion, which feels that it is not ready to leave, and it might leave because it might need to leave because I'm adding energy with every line and with every color to this topic of acceptance, everything what is at this moment. So the old impressions get kind of worried because they feel that, oh my, we need to leave. Oh, and then they create something like this pressure somewhere, unwell feeling. So I add more lines and I make my lines thicker wherever I feel this is needed. And I invite you to do the same in your drawing. Now I'm presently emphasizing on the outline of my gate. What I'm doing now, my kindness, tenderness, gentleness starts to radiate. I'm drawing the radiance. And this feels very, 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 very exciting and right and beautiful. If you like, you can also add some rays. You can also make your circle of the unknown bigger, choose more colors, different colors, whatever feels right to you. And you can ask yourself, what does this circle stand for? Told you what it stands for me, but it will stand for something completely different for you, most probably. Whatever appears, you accepting the moment, trusting that everything is right. What is it that appears for you? Write in the comments. The unknown for me is whatever that is. Curious to read about that. This feels nice. Definitely it's kindness for me. Kindness, tenderness, friendliness. I'm going to write that down to memorize. I'll write that at the back. Make some note. Kindness, tenderness, friendliness. To myself instead of judgments and unfriendliness and unkindness to myself, I really like that, kindness to myself. Feels nice. Feels really nice. I even want to have that pink here as well, as a reminder for what it stands for. Highly encouraged to take your notes as well. At the back of the paper, another paper, wherever. Feel that my kindness also will get some more color, which I'm adding right now. Needs to be a little bit reddish as well here. As much kindness as possible. Passion. I add some passion here, I guess. Yoo-hoo! Feels beautiful. And right. It feels really, really nice. I see yellow. Yellow is the path. Yellow. I see divine assistance in that topic. Reaching my kindness. Stemming from this acceptance. I draw yellow for divine assistance. Being guided by universal love and wisdom. And I feel joy. Light. I feel light in my heart now. It's almost drawing itself here. So there's more light, more divine guidance. Oh, it comes from here. Nicely. With every step and every color we add energy to our solution. To make it quite visible to our brain that the acceptance in this moment is just the right thing. I have already also thought about using different words, like for example, the word of no judgments. I wasn't sure about using it negatively, but I thought, for me it feels like if I write no judgments, the gate will be freedom. If I'm free of judgments, my gate is freedom, and then what will happen? Also interesting. I might also draw it someday. Yes, and here I want some line here because carefully, if whenever you are adding a line, make sure that you connect it nicely to all the other lines which are already there. So I have like this, I see this flow, and it is, oh, maybe I want a color which is more visible. I will kind of some spiritual color here. Which is kind of connected to this movement. Connecting this path and the divine. So you're deciding which colors you need at which place of your drawing, and you add them exactly where you need them. Oh, and I want to let it flow out there somewhere into the sky or heaven, or so I want it a little bit outgoing. Too thin. Accept. Trust. Kindness. Friendliness. Oh, beautiful. This is not the best time of the day for me because it's already evening. I'm a morning person, but I accept that now, since I was so eager to do that now, it's just the right time to do that. Although I feel a little bit physically challenged. So now I will also add some purple here, a little bit. Feels nice. Can repeat that. Gentle. My feet start getting really warm. That's not enough. I want more of that purple color. More, more, more. More of my purple color. So which colors are you using and what do they mean to you at this moment? In which way do they support you accepting everything what is at this moment? Maybe they speak to you. Most likely you receive a lot of informations while drawing. You're channeling your own subconscious while drawing. This is what oftentimes makes it feel kind of magical. But actually every information you need is available to you as well, in you. And while we are drawing, we are creating this state of openness to our subconscious, to our intuition, to our knowledge, which we can access at any moment. If we practice that, like by drawing, and we practice that like by other practices like meditation, connecting to our true self, this will get easier and easier, and you can also receive the information in your daily life will be just natural. It gets more natural the more we practice doing that, connecting. And it's quite useful. And meditation means as well accepting at this moment what is there and not doing anything. I don't have to change anything. I don't have to manipulate anything. I just perceive what is in this moment. And I get an open vessel for my ability to receive. So as you can see, this purple color serves me very nicely here. And I keep on adding more. And now I want to add some orange here on my path. Some practical steps. This orange color is connected to practical steps for me at this moment. Accepting. So this one of the practical steps is actually connecting to my higher self in meditation, which I do in the mornings, every morning. After I get up, I feel what is to be done at this moment, today. What is my message? What can I perceive? Listening to what comes to me. Trusting that everything I need to know comes to me at this moment. And I'm getting open for that. So this is one practical step. The other practical step I can think of is what I started feeling my heart very precisely recently, different occasions, and to perceive that, oh yeah, there is my heart with a message for me, and like I lay my hands on my heart and breathe into it and fill it with nice energy and with acceptance that I feel you and I allow you to be upset maybe, or perceptible. That's another practical thing I do. Feel my heart when it wants to be felt. I guess I neglected that for decades, maybe forever. So all our development is going step by step, and whenever you're ready for the next step, for the next layer, you'll get the chance to develop. So I want some blue here now, which is somehow coming here. So what does that blue mean to me? Calm, refreshing energy, certainty, also stability, knowledge, here's this dot. Oh, the dot it's not that important at this moment. Take all your time you need for the drawing. Everybody has a different pace. Most important is to feel as well what happens in you. I myself feel a little exhausted. I might stop the video for some time and continue later. I always recommend that to anyone. You can continue drawing later, but I only recommend that if you are also, if you are indeed continuing later. If you know yourself and you wouldn't continue, then maybe you shouldn't stop the video. if you know yourself that you are going for a 15 minutes walk and then you come back refreshed, then you can also take a break. Otherwise you will just don't get your results if you don't finish the drawing. Or you get results, but you get part of your results, which is kind of sad because it's a lot of work in every drawing. So nice to get as much results as possible, for me at least. So we don't need to draw, like color everything. Can leave some space, some white space as well. White is also color. For me, it's divine color. So I like to invite the divine in many different ways with the color. And now I see that I really want to have this word more visible, and I'm tempted to use the highlighters for my word, and I guess I will do that and risk that the colors will spoil a little. Okay, I want my highlighter. I want to highlight the word of acceptance. Let me check which highlighter is the better choice. The nice thing about the highlighters is that they are so nicely visible. So I will just do that and accept that the lines are a little bit merging. It's actually a good exercise for that topic. Accepting what the lines are doing here. Oh, look at that. It's getting even dark, very dark. Don't like that. So what do I do? I guess I cannot do anything about that, but continue. So if there are this, if the black color is a lot, then it will merge a lot. So if there's not a lot, then it doesn't merge that much. So we have some shades of black in the light blue here. No, we don't have, I have. But what also happens is I make this word more visible. And that's what I want. Accept. Maybe you have a request for a word which we can use. Like I said, no expectations, for example. Or whatever will lead you to a gate, through a gate, to the unknown. I'd be also curious to hear that. Your ideas. Maybe we can draw on one of your topics, if you let me know, and if I resonate with that topic. I only draw topics which are really relevant for me, because I'm not performing for you. I'm like sharing my own personal processes. This is most interesting. as I feel. It looks different now, more vibrant for me than my word. Even though it doesn't have the pure, beautiful color anymore. It feels right. To make this word more visible. So if we don't want these colors to spoil, we can use waterproof markers, which I also do many times. But I also like the ball pens a lot. Except, yeah, look at that. It doesn't look perfect, but it looks right and beautiful. Yoo-hoo! Now I want to invite the divine in another way by drawing field lines, which are lines that are thicker than the other lines. They go through the whole drawing. And I feel the need to emphasize this movement down through my word. We work on making them the same thickness everywhere. Can go anywhere in your drawing. I want one here, and I also want one at the other side. Field lines is always field lines are always neurographic lines as well, organically flowing, never straight. So now I feel very nice energy flow here through my drawing, and I need to connect the lines with all the intersections now. It will flow everywhere. No, this is too thin. So everywhere where my field line created some change, I'm working on rounding again. I connect with the energy, my topic again. So we take our time. I can perceive here that I want to connect especially inside here my lines a little bit more carefully. I imagine a river which is flooding energies everywhere. So nicely flooding. Aha, I hear the piano again. Maybe you can also hear the piano. Aha, now I want to have some line here. You will feel where you need your lines. It's nice if the lines are kind of balanced, that you don't have very many lines at one place and no lines at the other place. It's always nice to balance the amount of lines. So, can also, could have used other lines, but these lines feel just right for me. And I'm also working on connecting this second field line with all the lines which are intersecting. Can be going here as well. Needs to flow through the drawing. Yeah, even here. Nice. See, I found some connection line here. So be aware that it's very, 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 very nice to take your time. No rush. When you're drawing, you should plan at least 2 hours. Sometimes it takes more. Like my drawings usually take more if I draw for myself, because I go deeper with my processes if I don't explain at the same time what I'm doing. So then the whole process can take more time even. And that's okay, because all the imprints have been created over many years. And if I want, I desire to create new imprints, I can very well take the time needed to do whatever is needed. 2 hours is actually a short time to change an imprint which has been there for many, many years. Sometimes we get impatient with our development. But as we also know is that we cannot pull on the grass. We need to take that it grows. We need to give it time. We also need to give time for the results to catch up. So your results will be visible and more visible even in the next days and weeks, because it is The brain needs to readjust its imprints. My beautiful shiny middle here wants to get more emphasis as well. Yes. So with these field lines, I also feel more need to connect them. Here, for example, it also needs some more connection. To let the energy spread through the drawing. Here can be another connection. Beautiful. Can already feel contentment. I feel contentment, and sometimes I want to create the flow of the lines a little bit more visible at this state now. Can emphasize certain lines wherever I feel they want to be emphasized. Connect the intersections, round them nicely. Yes, here's one, and here, look at that. There's something stopping here. I can connect that here. Yeah, do I want more colors? I want to choose my fixing shape. So what will be the shape? I emphasize on the word, the gate, or my, actually I feel like I want to focus on that shape. So need to make it more visible. I decided to make the shape of my kindness to myself my affixing shape. This is the shape I want to direct my attention to the most. And I'm emphasizing the outlines of this shape to make it especially visible. The affixing shape we choose contains our solution. So acceptance of whatever is in this moment, trusting in that it's always right if it's there now, leads me to this kindness to myself, which is obviously something new for me. Otherwise, this wouldn't be the solution to my request. And with this drawing, I will make it visible. I am making it visible to my consciousness. It still feels a little scary to give myself so much attention. Am I allowed to do that? This is the question I hear inside of me. I feel some strange feelings in my heart as well. Maybe fear, wondering, about this attention. I was even thinking about not using, like choosing this fixing shape, but maybe choosing the gate. And for some time I felt this would be an attractive solution, but this would not have been the next necessary step in my development. So I am brave and I work on fixing what is necessary. Kindness to myself. This implies watching out carefully for judgments and thoughts about myself. And then when I find one thought, asking myself, is that really true? Am I stupid, naive being because I repeat the same experiences over and over again? Or am I an open-hearted, brave being which needs to repeat some experiences? That's quite a different view. So if I am kind to myself, I can allow myself to open-heartedly even repeat the same kind of experiences, trusting that if I repeat them, when I repeat them, it's necessary for me at the moment to have this experience once again. And it's not something which I should not have done, or which tells me about being especially stupid or naive. It just tells me that this experience was necessary at this moment. And it is one more step on my path. No wrong step, just a step. So since these judgments about myself are very, very, very automatic and common, so I will probably need to track them for a while. And then always ask myself, is that true? How am I feeling when I'm thinking that? Does that thought serve me in any way? And who would I be? And how would I feel if I wouldn't think that? All these questions are the work questions, which you probably know. If you don't, can highly recommend. I learned them from Katie Byron, and they just came to me while I was dwelling on that thought that I am a stupid, naive being because I'm repeating the same experiences again, the same unwanted experiences of seeking connection with people who don't feel that, who are not able to or not willing to for whatever reasons. And it's not, the new thought about it is as well, it's not about me having done something wrong or being wrong in my perception of life, in my perception of my intuition. Everything, all these experiences are leading me one step further in my development. To trust in that, to go away from devaluing my experiences and my being. That's the thing I'm practicing at the moment. And now I want to make this fixing shape very nicely visible. And I apply some orange here in the rays. And I also apply some yellow here. Makes it nice and shiny. So the affixing shape is the shape which we are able to perceive the outstanding shape that we first perceive when we look at the drawing. So it's quite a challenge to make that outstanding now, because that accept is also so visible, and I also want it to be visible. But I guess it's possible to make it that visible to my brain, the result of acceptance, kindness to myself. Like you all know, this Christian request, love your neighbor as yourself. And I was always frightened when I heard that, because how scary is that? Who really loves himself? And if you love your neighbor as you love yourself, then poor neighbor if you don't love yourself. So it's not at all selfish to work on your love to yourself. It's the opposite. It's kind to your neighbor and everyone that is crossing your path to work on your kindness to yourself, because this is determining how you are acting with your fellow beings. Isn't that interesting? Have you been aware of that? Please drop a comment. What do you think about that? Isn't that scary that the condition of the world is that dark, because most of us have never even tried or considered that then they themselves, treating themselves nicely, would be an essential, very essential ingredient for kindness to the world. Actually, this is one of the most important insights. It is worth and social to work on being able to love yourself. It's not selfish, it is social and essential. I realize that I always envy humans who have been able to receive this from their parents already, this insight, and also this ability to love themselves. But I can unfortunately not report a lot of people who I know who have been exposed to this kind of environment. I'm always happy for people who have received that, but also kind of envy them because they might have had it so much easier to reach this goal of connecting to other people and being kind and friendly at all times, which is sometimes difficult for me. I'm struggling to make myself heard. I have struggled a lot with allowing myself to voice myself. What I'm doing now here is I'm emphasizing it more, like my shape, by adding some gray color around it so that it will even be more brightly shining. And I feel that something is happening with it. It's coming into the front, to the front. And I feel more brave now to make that visible. Maybe because I made it clear to myself that this is not selfish but social and necessary to develop this ability of being kind to myself. So maybe your shape is not kindness but something else. So investigate what that means to you. Sometimes it's difficult to go all this path by yourself. I can tell you that I'm a professional. I have a lot of experience drawing my own processes, and I also have experiences with people who are drawing with me, and it's the most powerful tool I know, and that's why I'm also offering this tool, to share this tool with people one-on-one. Because especially if you have a lot of resistance, because you might not have worked a lot, or actually you always have resistance on new changes you're trying to imply, especially if they are big changes, like from not valuing yourself and being judgmental and unkind to yourself, to this insight, to being able to draw this insight. There is quite a way to go, and you can not do that usually in one drawing, because you always go step by step. And that's why this Neurographica method is also nice, because it won't overwhelm you. But it is sometimes really nice to get support. So if you want support, sometimes it's a very intense work, so I don't have lots of spots, but sometimes I have 3 spots. You can inquire about that. If you're interested and willing to face your resistance, face your topics, go the next step, and take responsibility for your being, for your experiences. Nobody else is responsible for that. And nobody can do it for you. It's a sad thing to wait for something in the outside to change in order to make yourself feel more complete or whatever, because it won't happen. Waste of time to wait for that. I have waited for decades, so I know that. I was always waiting for my mother acting like a mother. Literally for decades. It's not leading to where, it has not been leading to where I wanted to be. But it was part of my journey to be waiting and hoping. And I still do that. I hope for connections with people who are not able to connect, and I am upset with myself sometimes about that. How can I still do that? But maybe I'm slowly working myself out of this habit. Hopefully I am. So now I work on a little bit beautification of the whole drawing. Bring it to the state where I feel it is ready, satisfying. That's what I'm doing now. And I recommend you to do the same. You can use shading. And the idea is, the main idea of this step is creating an integrated impression of that drawing. And you will see, you will perceive, you will come to that step, to this step of development in your drawing, where you say, now it's ready and I feel content. So this is our aim for this step, which is called style step. I can report happily that I like that shape a lot, and it resonates directly with my heart, and with allowing myself to have feelings and being a vulnerable person. That's okay. That I can. It's okay to be vulnerable and to feel something, even if it's painful. So now the gate beautiful gate. I want it strong and visible. So I add some more color here. Same color but stronger. My gate of trust. Love that. I'm adding up energy and I can feel the contentment rising in myself. I like that strong gate as well. I'm thinking about accepting the right timing for things as well. Sometimes things are just not solvable, and to accept that some things are not solvable at this moment is also some kind of freeing experience. Not to keep on trying to do it over and over again, holding on to the idea that it needs to be done now. Because for some things, or for everything, there's a right time, and if nothing works out, I'm trying, then can also listen to this, to the language of life at this moment, which says, okay, let go of that right now. The right time is coming. The right time for everything is coming. So I want to do one last thing. I want to make my accept word glow a little bit as well. I want to apply some shading here. Accept. You can try this algorithm with different words. You can also write only one word and create connection to that word. Peace, kindness, whatever you want to connect to. You can also write that in the middle of your sheet and connect to that. Don't need to draw the gate. It was an idea which came to me, and I had this urge to try that, and I'm quite content, especially because of that unknown result which came to me. This can also happen if you draw the word kindness and then suddenly you feel you need to draw some shape, for example some circle, because you want a harmonious shape maybe for kindness. Or it can also be an active shape like a star. But if you're not familiar with drawing a lot, so stars are not for you at the moment. So I recommend maybe choosing a circle, creating harmony, and then it will tell you what it stands for. Lots of interesting insights to our own psyche become available while we are drawing. Great. So I feel nice and content here with most of it. I see some line which I want to make more visible here. Coming here, going down. Maybe here. This line is quite... So I'm adding one more line here. Connecting line. Going here. And here. And I'm also emphasizing on this line a little bit. So this is up to you. Do whatever you need to do to make you feel content and satisfied. Yeah, here. This wants to go more visible here, and maybe here. From all sides. to bring your drawing to the state of satisfaction, completeness. You can also make arrangements later when you feel it's necessary. The lines sometimes get a little bit less visible when we draw on them. So here you can also refresh them a little bit. Okay. This is how it looks for me at the moment. And now I'm going to explore the words after drawing. And I will call the topic kindness now, because that's what I want to explore. Interesting. Lots of interesting words. So I'm sure you also found interesting words if you were drawing and if you're exploring what has changed. Like I have confidence, relief, doubting judgments, my way, permission to feel, I am right, yes, nourishing, happiness, brave, inner strength, and lots more. So I feel content. I created new imprints to my mind, and this is a rewarding work. This is rewarding. It feels rewarding. I need to put that off. Now I feel warm. Yes. The key to all my transformed impression is the word accept. So I accept whatever is in my life at this moment. I'm looking forward to the new experiences. If you like to draw with me, then please subscribe to my channel. I publish drawings on a regular basis, at least weekly. And please leave a comment what you like and what might be nice for you to know, or maybe you can also write down some topics which would be interesting for you, and I can think about algorithms to use. So be brave, draw yourself free. See you soon.